Hello everyone and welcome to Mordheim Season 2, and we're here for Group B in Episode 10, this time between Quist and Shellproof. And look at this, it's so rare that we see two players have the exact same rating, 4055. Quist with worst on rush, and his opponent Shellproof here and marked for that. We're gonna follow this game from Quist's perspective. We have the cash, one more deployed titler in his wagon, while the other divides into 3 strike teams. And this is going to be really important who is divided up, since you can, if you are a little bit clever about the map, definitely corner one of the 3 groups, and so kill them off to get an instant advantage. And it seems that it is Quist who is not split up. This is going to be good news in itself for the game, I think. Shellproof, who's playing as a Skaven, has much more maneuverability to get his team together than Quist would have had. He knows that one team is exactly by the wagon. He should know where the other 2 teams are if he has been paying attention a bit to this map. Let's skip ahead on the deployment. So here we go for the very first round. We can take a look at the top left corner here if you haven't already. 264 morale for Quist and 234 Shellproof. It's going to be interesting to see if he can capitalize on his high initiative. You can see that Quist have brought 2 warlocks and he's clearly been lowering the initiative a little bit on them to fit Shellproof's warband. So we're going to have the entirety of Shellproof's warband move first, and then it's going to be Quist's warband. And since Quist is going for the objective here, it would actually be good for him to go into the center, maybe moving towards the crowd here, gather around the wagon of Shellproof. Yeah, the middle left corner here should be where one of the teams of Shellproof should be starting. Before this game, we are coming in here with both players having exactly 1 point. Quist has 3 losses and 0 wins, got the objective once, and Shellproof has a single win in his only game and didn't manage to get the objective. We see the Globadier here coming in very early. Trying to choke Quist off from going in that general direction. But if Quist is playing for the objective here, truly he would not go in that direction. And if this Globadier moves very far back, he will be even further away from the main action once the fight actually starts. Yeah, moving towards the south there. He came from behind those buildings. And here we see another group being exposed. You see Shellproof seems to be wanting to draw all of his units back here towards the wagon if he can. He has the movement to do so. Just going to see if Quist can somehow penalize him for that. He has the 2 warlocks, which should have pretty good range, since they are a little bit built for that. You can see the kind of poison cloud here that Shellproof put out. It's very beautiful. It's completely blocking off that entrance. But the question is, why would Quist go down that path? There are very few wordstones there. There are more of them in the center here, and he doesn't need too many. And his turn is coming up very shortly here. Gonna see what he's going to do. Definitely going to see if he can find a target for the 2 warlocks here. That's gonna be the key part. So here we go, first turn for Quist. Let's see what he does. Oh, that's a very strange move. Where is he actually going? Yeah, why is he going around checking for that? He needed to move forward here to try and catch one of Shellproof's units off guard while they're trying to recover. I'm not really seeing what he's trying to do here. Lost a lot of movement already. And now he's running out of time for his very first turn. Yeah, he needs to take a left here and try and spot some units on the way back. Remember that his Shellproof's units are very well separated. Even if he does take a little bit of damage, it won't trigger him to go after the Warlocks. And if it does, you have the entirety of your team backing up against these 3 units that would come after you. But no, it seems like Quist is doing this really strange path right now, going into the complete opposite of the map. I have no idea what he's doing right now. What is he thinking about? Like, is he hoping that there is a team behind him? They don't even spawn there, and yeah, let's just see what Quist is planning with this. He needs something to... He needs points in Group B, and let's see if this is going to be one of those ways to get that. So he's picking up his own idol. You can see that Shellproof is constantly using a delay here on one of the 77. Yeah, you can't move through there. Maybe he's thinking that he's going to try and bypass the clouds, but he has not really localized where the Globadier went, and the Globadier went south, most likely. So if he thinks that they went north with that team, he's very much mistaken. Like, why would Shellproof keep his units separated when everyone else is always having this impulse to pull all of the team together? And that's for good reason. Yeah, there's no turning back right now. This seems to be very much with a purpose in mind. Has he seen something that we haven't? Is there something? Maybe Shellproof has actually gone north. Who knows? Very much doubt it. The thing that confuses me is that if he wants the units to come around on this path, why did he move so many units onto the other side where there's a clear obstacle in the way? Like, look at this, there's all 6 units there that have to go around back out now into the same path that the champion and the warrior has gotten, or even where this warrior is going. And I think it's a little bit surprising that he decides to pick up the idol as well. I mean, he needs to lose around 8 units here before taking a route test, and having the idol taken from me is not going to matter too much. But maybe it is a default strategy here. Is there any search points around here where you could possibly put down that that idol? Yeah, I'm so skeptical right now. What is he planning? I'm just thinking that Quist is misreading the entire situation. He's not thinking that Shellproof is pulling back to gather up his team, but he totally is. At least he should be. So that's blocking the path now. No one else can get past. Let's see what Shellproof decides to do. Alright, we get a little bit of information here from Quist. I want to run through the back end and see it was blocked both sides. Well, but you did see that with the Warlock, and yet you went in with 5 other units. That's kind of defeating the whole purpose. Like, why go in with everyone else then if you know it's blocked? Alright, let's just see what where this goes. We see that the Globadier has been delayed here a little bit. Skip on some of Shellproof's movements here. Here we go for a second round. Then we see 2 units delayed here by Shellproof, but yeah, we need some kind of plan here by Quist at this point. He's lost the whole turn. His whole advantage here with the deployment was typically that you move down the center, and with the 2 long-range warlocks you could... yeah, you can't get through here. You have blocked it off. Alright, why use... yeah, I really don't feel that that was worth 30 damage. I think Quist is a little bit unfocused right now. I don't really know what he's doing. We said that I think he is misreading the situation of exactly what Shellproof. When you have this kind of deployment, the cash, if you're all gathered up, your main objective is to try and punish the other player, because you have gotten a big advantage through the objective, and you need to capitalize. You need to, even if Shellproof is playing as a Skaven, and this is kind of an ideal situation for Quist, since one, he is not taking a an automatic loss due to having too low of a deployment against this very high initiative warband of Shellproof, as it would be in some deployments and on some maps. They are separated, and he has the second advantage here of having his opponent split up. And even if he can't catch one of the groups completely, he can at least do damage to one of the groups. And that in itself would be good. But he's not moving towards that, and he seems to be... He saw the Globadier, but you know, the Globadier is not gonna stay there and wait for him to come around slowly to him. He's already way south. And the Globadier is decently fast here since it's a hero. But you know, there are probably heavy armored warp guards around here who only have 7 movement, who he definitely could have caught and done something with. And don't forget here that Quist has a spell available to him called Armor of Lead that removes 3 movement on anything it hits, and that would have done a lot of damage in this situation. A lot of damage. This is a pretty bad position to be in case there is a Globadier nearby. It does adjust it a little bit, but still very much clumped up. You have to wonder why he took the idol too. I don't see any good surge points to put it in, thereby hiding it, especially not here in the north. Yes, there are some further south here, but that's just closer to Shellproof to pick it up. I think we might be in for a very long game here. It's something that you have started to accept when it comes to games from Quist and Hole Poker in particular. Yeah, it's going to find empty buildings here. It's good that he's a little bit brave here and exploring forts. Let's see if he can do more of that. Now, it would be a lot better to put him in some sort of cover here. There's no one who's going to attack him in melee at this point. They're just going to go do shooting and then move away, if anything. Still wants to put up a wall here. Yeah. Do you think anyone will come through there? Probably not. It's a bit unlucky here for Shellproof that he does not have another objective here than marked for that. He would really have loved to have Words on Rush on this one. Words on Rush is generally very favorable, yes, but particularly when your opponent is not being even close to picking up those wordstones, just helps you gather them up so much quicker. Yeah, he's going to regret wasting 30 wounds here on the Warlock. Can only go north. Yeah, I wouldn't move through that. Remember that he does not have any healing available to him. It's not like what it is for the Globadiers here, who can actually heal up their units using the infused globe.
A new round has started.
Yeah, that is definitely accurate by Quist. It's going to take a long while since he moves very slowly here, and he's walking around a point that is not defended whatsoever. So somehow it seems, I wonder if Quist actually was aware of this. It seems that he has done something good here. You can see that there are some units that Quist has suddenly spotted by Shellproof, and I wonder if they can actually come and reinforce here. I don't think so. I don't think the left moves part. See that? One of the warp guards here is really close, and he could move forward here and punish it. Quist, that is, trying to shut them off. Let's see what he can do. See if you can actually spot something here. It would be through a building. Yeah, he's trying to see if there's anyone coming up, but there is not. Well, his immediate plan here should be and try to catch them, cut them off. We didn't get very far here with Warlock, fortunately. See what the other Warlock can do here. Why take the just walk out. Walk out of the door. Okay, taking the very long way around. Thing is that it's only, you know, the backtrack is only set at 1, so he's losing a lot of blue pills going all the way around like this. Like, look at this, he didn't even get like barely anywhere with his Warlocks, and these are the most damaging units he has available to him. Ended up delaying those 2 units even further. He should move with all haste down here. Like, even if he takes a little bit damage from it, these students can't just really run away too far, and he's going to catch them in that case. They're not going to come towards Quist, I believe. I don't think Shellproof would do that. That would be suicide tactically. Why would you move with 3 units towards 10? So one of the delaying units here are being seen, and it is the Black Skaven. Oh my, he's so much closer than we would have thought he was. Look at this, and you still have some units left over. I mean, why isn't Quist just capitalizing on? Why is he moving so slowly? Yeah, we see, okay, alright. It's actually been that many turns that he have actually been able to move most of his team together. Yes, it seems like it. He is spotting the leader here of Shellproof. Might be a big part of the team here that's gathered and running out of time. I should try and get into these buildings here. Remember that whatever firepower Shellproof has available to him in the form of ranged damage, it's a lot more for Quist. So if he can fight in bottlenecks and so forth, he can just pour in damage from the double warlocks here, and even from some of the marksmen. So then he goes all the way around, losing half of his blue pills. I'm a little bit worried about that balcony and someone stepping out of on top of it and then just shooting down here, picking their targets with care. Maybe putting in a few poison globes. He's very, very close with all of his units. They're all bunched up. Could do a lot of damage here with a single Globadier just moving in and casting whatever they want. They're moving away with exhaustion into the waiting arms of ambushing Skaven. Going around here is not that bad. Like if you go, you can go through there instead. Okay, let's take the long way. It's a lot of indecisiveness here in the play of Quist. He needs to... Like, look at this. Shellproof got to move almost his entire warband from one side of the map to the other, completely unnoticed. Didn't even get a stance there. Plus he stands out in the open as well. Alright. One of the disadvantages here of the Skaven, of course, is that they do have such a short range. Wow. Trigger that, 19 damage. Marked up on the minimap as well. Shellproof should know exactly where that went off if he was paying attention. I think it's very unlikely that Shellproof is just going to charge into this 10-man team. He might want to do a little bit of skirmishing here, doing a bit of range damage, then moving back on all of these exposed units of Quists. and thereby gaining a lot of value. But it is kind of amazing how the leader got from one side of the map all the way to the other that quickly. It was really impressive. Let's see what the Wolf Priest brings to the package here. He has not... he's not casted a single beneficial spell here. He might want to buff up his team at this point. Yeah, why not? Wow, that's so unlucky. Oh my god. 5 turns of no spell casting. That's basically like getting the Strangling Globe on you right away here. But for a longer time. I'm a little bit afraid of that balcony. Let's see if something comes up here. He has tried to move around. And he finds... opportune targets just in the open here, ready to be shot at, and he's going to take that opportunity, it seems like. Focusing on the leader here. Mark of Enervation is a new thing. I'm gonna remove the magic resistance of Quist unit. I don't think they have too much in the way of magic resistance to begin with. They should have around 0% by now. Since that should be minus 20%. It's great by Shellprof using all of his good movement. You can see that he did not bother to reload a second time here. Didn't want to use any blue pill, wanted to use all of them to get away as soon as possible. Misses with that headshot. Wow, that could have been actually pretty big. Let's see if he's gonna try that again. I think he will. Manages to land it, but it is resisted. 30% chance. Also Mark of Enervation. There might be some spell casting coming in here. Taking 60 damage to get off a third headshot. And lands that. Let's see if there's gonna be some Black Skaven coming in right now and doing the finishing blow. I wonder if Shellprof units are not too close here for Quist to actually go there and catch up. See if he's going to hover around on the minimap, see where actually all these units went into. He is going to make it. Oh, don't try and sneak past the ambush here. I hope you don't. We don't want a desync coming in. Trying to move as far away as possible. Probably going to do a charge here to tie up that ambushing warrior. Yes, he is. Manages to miss. And we do have a fight coming on. That's kind of impressive. I thought we would be waiting for a much longer time before this happened. But here we are. And Shellproof is committing. Probably trying to get the champion out of the way. Strange that we don't see a second attack here. Always have to worry about these things whenever that happens. You cannot use counter too quickly. He has opened up the road here for the champion to be attacked. I'm gonna see some more damage pouring in on him right now. I think so. Might even be a charge here with an adrenaline rush for a second attack. Failing the fear test, that brings into question what kind of a alone check this warp card actually has. He really should be careful about that. I could just move 2 units into the warp card, producing another alone check. That's going to be most likely failed, or have a slightly higher chance than a coin toss of failing. Shellproof is truly committing here, trying to lock down units, make it awkward, and then he's gonna move in with the heavy hitters on the champion who's already stunned. I wonder why he's not just doing the damage and then moving in and tying units up with the spent unit here. Got even triggered an ambush here. I'm gonna get another return blow. It's actually not that bad of a position for the warp card to be in. He's covering the other warp card here, so that if he fails the alone check, he's not going to take extra damage, since he can't really flee anywhere due to the character aura being in the way. And he's sort of limiting the amount of units that Quist can send in towards these 2 units. If he indeed wants to, he probably wants to go for other targets. You see the Sorcerer's Curse being applied here. Look at that, 0% chance of failing that. With the Magic Resistance check being lowered by innovation. Probably wants to spread that around a little bit, since he did use it on the warrior here. He could use some lower armor, same as with the champion here too. I do agree on that. Waiting, probably wanted to do an order for the last 3 remaining pills. Here we do have the Black Skaven, who can do a lot of damage. Let's see if he comes into effect. Should be relatively nearby here. He was just around the house earlier. There is needs to really go in here and do the damage against this champion. 186, yeah, he's really bringing it on, that's for sure. And Shellproof taking a bit of a lead right now. Did not pick up the token here, so that might not be a character that he wanted to slay for his own objective. It's going to be important to see what Shellproof can do with the other characters. Does he want to lock down more units here? He's left 2 warp guards a little bit exposed. The leader here could probably get away a bit if he wanted to. See, Last Got Talent warrior here, also a very high damage unit. Goes straight into the captain here, loses the fear test. Let's see what kind of a hit chance he has now. Daredevil coming in, probably Black Hunger as well. No, we didn't really need it, but you look at that, failing the parry check, 61% hit chance. It's not looking that great. Would be really lucky to land more hits here. A lot of damage is done to this Warp Guard hero. Well, at least a decent amount of damage, and he can't take too much. Might be facing a lot of incoming damage here if he does stay in this fight, and he does. He does stay in this fight. Gonna see an order here on that guy. See if that's going to be enough. Gonna have a 15% more higher hit chance at least. Does land another attack here, 107 damage. Can he do Master Adrenaline Rush and a second order? He definitely can. Producing a lot of burst damage here, Shellproof. Let's see if he can finish him off. He does finish off the leader here of Quist. Can't move too far back. It's going to be so important for Quist to punish this. Only 2 more units left remaining. Definitely within distance of being reached. Could you set up some ambushes here to prevent any chase? Yeah, trying to move into targets here, but the most important thing for Quist right now is going to be to finish off that Last Got Talent hero here standing in the way. He can do that purely by range damage if he wants to. Should probably do that. Effectively going to prevent a disengage here too, I think. What can the second Black Skaven here do? Lots of damage potential. You can see how Shellproof's Warband is kind of built around this Sorcerer Leader providing penalties to your opponent, lowering the armor, lowering the parry and dodge chance, and then coming in with orders. Failing that second attack. Will he use Adrenaline Rush to get something more? No, he uses Flee instead. Gets pretty far with that. And here comes the Warlocks. Let's see what kind of damage they can do. Also remember the 2 marksmen here can do a lot of damage on their own, just to the Last Got Talent warrior here. Only 240 wounds remaining. It is very possible that the marksman could just finish him off by themselves, but gonna use the Warlocks here to help out. 9% chance to resist that. Does not do it this time. Ah, that's unlucky. For the spellcasting roll, he needs something. He needs to get this kill to at least trying to even up the playing field. Remember, he's lost a leader and a hero. Needs to kill anything he can in return here. He has a hero here ready to be sacrificed by Shellproof. Concentration for plus 10% casting chance without any kind of penalty attached. It's just a bonus. I think you should let one of the marksmen finish him off. I mean, he's going to hit with that. There's no way he can actually do lethal damage, is there? Yeah, if he rolls maximum, but he does not. He rolls almost minimum instead. 14 wounds left remaining. Really not worth using 60 damage for that. Just use a regular shot instead. Target someone else. Please target someone else, Quist. Use that damage for something else. No. Fine, he manages to get a kill here, but you can see that he only has 14 wounds left remaining. Why not just use a character that does that around that amount of damage? Instead he wasted quite a fair bit here. Could have gotten more. Oh, it's unlikely that you're going to kill off this warp guard too. Could be a good opening shot here. Preparing for a nerf shot if he wants to. Remember that they do get plus 10% hit chance after each hit. Can afford 2 normal shots if he has adrenaline rush. Gonna reroll for 1. See if he has. Yeah, he has adrenaline rush. Bringing up that, and then you can reload again with the left remaining 2 blue pills, setting up very nicely for the next round. Should honestly just switch weapons here. I mean, how is he expecting to actually bring that warp guard down? I don't think he can. Unless the wolf priest can do a tremendous amount of damage to him. Even the wolf priest here is preventing engagement with that warp guard. Another trap, not really what Quist wants at this point. Very risky, we don't really know if there's a trap right ahead of him. We're going to find out soon though. Triggering the ambush. Lex not use the adrenaline rush here for a third attack, and it's probably wise conserving the wounds count here, but he needs to be able to do something. Going to do a disengage. See if he can get into some sort of safety here behind the back lines, otherwise there will be units coming after them. I think we should notice at this point that none of the players have really gone for the objective, and having the fight happen at this particular place, well, we could actually bring in a very nice killer with the Master the Mighty Charge. Let's see if he can land this. He does. Gonna get in another hit here. Equalizing the score, but not really. It's a henchman for a leader. Anyway, so the fight happening around here is actually pretty bad for Quist, because that means he's not going to get his objective. And is it possible for Shellproof to get his objective? Maybe. We don't really know what kind of units he are currently trying to get the token out of. Well, this could be very, very dangerous and also very, very profitable. Strange if he's just gonna go into an ambush right here, but I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Yeah, that is exactly what he's going to do.
A new round has started.
The chance for this wolf priest here, yeah, he's definitely already been spotted, and they're walking all the way around him, keeping to do damage here at range that all of the units that are not engaged, so that they're very easy to hit for Shellproof. Taking a bit of a risk there. That was very lucky. That was super lucky that the ambush did not actually hit him for half of his health. Gonna be losing using Adrenaline Rush. Can he actually get 2 shots off in only 5 seconds? He's gonna use a headshot here. Manages to land it on the Warlock. It's going to be very much worth it. See if Quist has the firepower to bring down the Vermin Kid too. There's so many targets for him to get to, but he really needs mostly to get to the leader. That's going to be the important one. Might see some friendly poison clouds and headshots coming in. It's kind of a good use of enervation, I have to say. It means that there's no chance that anyone will resist the Sorcerer's Curse as it is coming in, and stands the other Warlock as well. It's very much all about so many headshots being applied here. Depends exactly on which kind of opponent you're facing. Remember, we do have a warband of I think it's Crowley that has around 100% stun resistance and everything, and he's going to face Shellproof eventually. It's going to be a very interesting encounter. Taking a bit of damage here. The Sorcerer Leader, 60 damage from the Master Dungeon, 30 damage from the Master Exhaustion. Coming in here with landing a few more Sorcerer's Curses, making them very susceptible to taking a lot of damage coming in. That's exactly what you're going to be taking. Should probably not even attack here. Like, remember that this warrior here has saved a few of his red pills, so he's going to be ready for the counterattack. Why attack into that? Why not just flee or disengage and go into the Warlock or tie down one of the marksmen instead? It's going to be a much better choice, and I think Shellproof is actually realizing that. Yeah, here we go. Disengage. And a charge here for the remaining 3 red pills. Doing a fair bit of damage, especially since it does land a critical 101 damage. Oh my god. This could be a killing blow to the Warlocks as well. Look at this. Okay. Doesn't really want to stay in the fight. That's unfortunate. They could use order on that particular warp card. But the double black Skaven are coming in, and they might be able to finish off 2 of these targets again, severely limiting what kind of damage Quist can pull out. That is going to happen. Yeah, another unit that can just go back here and get to the 2 Warlocks. Might focus on the one that's really damaged here first. Could score another kill. Should have the adrenaline rush, so he could do a charge here and then do adrenaline rush on the second attack. See if he's just lucky here to get another critical hit. It's not, but it's almost enough anyway. I think it's kind of strange that he wants to disengage from this. It would be more to his advantage to have the units engaged, to be able to receive an order, and thereby could take a unit down. Who's the order leader going to focus on now? No, he's just going to use the lay here, waiting for the 2 black Skaven to come in and doing the damage that they need to do. It's going to be quite a lot on these 2 Warlocks. Unfortunately for Quist, which these are the main offensive weapon of him. Finds the other Warlock here. Let's see if he can actually kill him in the second blow. I think he should be able to do that. Indeed he is. So that's the leader and 2 heroes down for Quist, and he seems to be picking up a token here, so it's probably part of his objective. Bit strange that he doesn't use adrenaline rush and go for a 3rd attack on someone. No, wait, he can't. He used Daredevil, I mean. Yes, that's definitely off the picture then. Attack and second attack comes out to exactly 6 red pills, which is exactly what he has left available after using Daredevil. I should have gone in and killed the other Warlock, I feel. Would have been a better choice, but might go for the Wolf Priest here now. Charge and a second attack could possibly kill this unit. Let's see. Manages to do that. Yeah, it's quickly running out for Quist here. Can he gets another loot? This could be the objective completed here for Shellproof, unless he needs 3 targets, and Quist meanwhile is not looking too good right now. I don't think there's really anything he can do. He only has the single Warlock. Yeah, he should just move into this Warlock here. Could just use order here to produce another kill and finishing off the last hero of Quist. Going to happen right now with the order leader, I assume. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So only the 5 henchmen here remaining for Quist, and as you can see, they do lose 19 morale as soon as they are going out, the henchmen. So he still needs to lose 3 of them. Unless this is going to be GG and Quist does no longer want to continue. I really no point for Quist to stay in this game. It's like there's no chance that he's going to complete his objective, and he can't really do anything right now. He's going to die a slow death. That's all that's going to happen. But staying in the fight here is alright, alright. Gonna be a little bit slow here. We're gonna wait for 3 more units to go down. I don't really remember, but do one of these units actually have the idol? That could speed things up in case that unit is going down. It's gonna be another minus 60 morales, effectively another henchman going down in value. It is possible to get this warp card, that's for sure, but one of the main problems of only having 5 henchmen left is that you cannot pass a route test once you go down under, and with the composition that Quist has, he has 2 marksmen here, so they're not going to be able to do much of keeping some of the units here of shellproof from reaching the more juicier targets. You cannot really lock anything up with only 3 units, and one of them is already engaged here and locked up. Yeah, it's not going to be too much room here for Quist to do much of anything. It's looking very grim, exactly like as if Shellproof has already got a plus 2 pointer here, 2-0. Probably doesn't want to do a charge check, could just do 3 attacks instead. Does the charge and misses. No, it's not going to be enough. It's gonna need the 3rd warrior here to come in and deliver the final blows. And that will conveniently put all of the melee threats that Quist still has available in the very same spot, meaning that they can definitely be hit by the Globadier here. Oh yeah, he's trying to move around, being a little bit sneaky. Let's see what he can see. All the units again are on top right side here, and that's because there is this little tunnel you can move through. Well, it is a nice catch. Can't deny that. Could throw some kind of wrench into the machine here that is Shellproof's Warband. But realistically, this is going to be the very last turn of Shellproof, and I don't think Quist might get another turn. I'm going to see if he can produce the amount of kills here that is going to be needed. I think so, considering the rate at which Shellproof does damage with that kind of combination. The Sorcerer's Curse, the Innovation Runes, and then the charge and the regular attack, both for around 150 and 170 damage. It's probably going to be more than enough to kill off these warriors, just as it did kill off the Wolf Priest and an assortment of other units. Shellproof is thinking. What is he thinking of? Is he studying the minimap, looking at the various stats of the units that he has to target with Sorcerer's Curse? Or is he going to come in here now with the Globadier and drop some Poison Clouds? Maybe do something else? It's going to be feeling like that's an immediate threat, the warrior, but I can assure you it's really not. He could tie that up with one of his many Warp Guards, or even a Black Skaven, and he will be perfectly fine. I don't really know what Quist is staying in the game here. It's being very slow right now, the whole game itself. We had a bit of a slow start, sure, but this is just so one-sided. It's... oh wow, yeah, that was... I wonder if he actually took that into account. He might have, he might have. Look at this, both of the warriors here are hit by Sorcerer's Curse. They're gonna take a lot of damage from this Globadier coming in, especially if he does just do regular shooting. That's kind of odd, all three of the units here doing delay. Adrenaline Rush could make sure that he gets a second attack off. Since he did use switch weapons, that's going to happen here. There's a tiny little bit more damage here on Sir Schirkenhauer, and he's going to go down. But remember that we do need 2 more units to go down here. Or at the very least, one of the henchmen here with the banner could be worth equal amount as more or less equal amount to just killing 2 henchmen. But I think that is the marksman on the very top. One of the patented shellproof chargers here is coming in. Let's see what he can do. Not using Black Hanger right now. There we go. There we go. Black Hanger stacks so nice together with Sorcerer's Curse here, and you can see this is much better from Shellproof. This is what Quist should be doing as well. Like if you do a lot of damage, use it on a unit that has a lot of health, and if you only need to cost 10 more damage, use something that already does a little bit of damage, and then capitalize and bring in your high damage dealers into something else where the damage will actually tell. Referring a bit to the incident that we had earlier in this game with the lightning finish off one of the units. Could have just used a normal marksman for that. Is the regular attack by anyone. Lots of delays here. Not really sure what Shellproof is aiming for. Which units does he want to go before some other units? Well, there is this warrior who's pretty weak, and then you need to go for one of the marksmen at the very least. Going up after one right now. Remember, he did stand on the walking up point. Here he is. Tied down against the wall now. Needs to be able to switch weapons if he has that ability. Or, I mean, if he has that equipment on him. Some players always forget about this. Black Hanger and Daredevil. Pretty common theme around Shellproof War, but really, if you do a very stun resistance and you have a decent dodge, you should have a good chance against Shellproof Warband. But that is a lot of ifs. Not everyone builds the units just like that. One more kill is all that's going to be needed. Just one more kill could get this warrior here. The amount of kills doesn't really matter here in the scoreline. It's all about getting the objective, nothing else. Well, winning the match, of course, but that is it. Scoreline has absolutely no power. It's going to be head-to-head that decides the different rankings between these players in case two of them have the exact same amount of points. Just need one more kill. Let's see if he can do that. No, he cannot. He cannot do that before the turn ends. Like, why you have down there? What was he trying to do? Is he trying to be able to shoot? What was he doing? There are some questionable decisions here made by Quist in this game, and it is unfortunate since we were hoping that he could put up a much better show. Might have had a bad day today. Wow, that is very, very tempting target here to do a lot of damage to. 5 seconds. Your cowardly opponent has left the game. Alright. That is most likely just an effect of Shellproof's internet hacking out. But we could see that he was clearly going to win this. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy watching this game. It was played late in the evening as usual, and without much of the flair that we could have expected here. Still, congratulations to Shellproof getting a second victory, and thank you for watching. Farewell.